Welcome to the Emergency Response Team Train presentation. As one of our core values is safely can do, please pause the video so yourself, one of your fellow staff members or your manager can start the session with a short safety moment. Compass Group is committed to providing a safe, productive and healthy work environment for all employees. Let's begin by clarifying what we mean by an emergency. An emergency is a situation which endangers or threatens to endanger the safety and health of people, or is a dangerous situation that needs urgent attention to bring it under control, fix the cause, and establish a safe workplace. This emergency response management session is designed as an introduction to the processes relating to any emergency situations that may exist on site and how to deal with them. The Health and Safety Program focuses on the prevention of illness, injury and damage to plant or the environment. However, unplanned incidents can and do happen. As a result, it is essential that we plan for such emergencies in advance and periodically test these plans to ensure that adequate response occurs during an actual emergency. To establish emergency plans and procedures, to respond effectively to any workplace accident or emergency, we need to ensure that everyone knows what to do in the event of emergency, and that preparations for potential and unexpected incidents at the workplace have taken place. Remember, safety is everyone's responsibility. For our first activity, let's pause the video and look at the images on the screen to identify some potential workplace emergencies. Possible responses include fire, natural disasters such as earthquakes, floods or cyclones for example, bomb threats, vehicle collisions, escape of hazardous materials such as a gas leak or a chemical spill, someone requiring medical attention, civil disturbances, failure of utilities such as water, and structural fatigue that may result in collapse. All sites need to have an emergency response manual. Let's take a look at the standard requirements for an emergency response plan. Alarm system. There should be a method of raising the alarm. The alarm should be regularly tested so that all team members are familiar with the alarm. Emergency response plan. A plan containing simple instructions covering most emergencies should be posted in areas visible to all staff and visitors to the site. It will contain brief instructions, emergency contact numbers and evacuation points. Assembly or muster points. These are areas where building occupants assemble in the event of an emergency. These should be clearly marked at the assembly point and must be highlighted on floor plans for each area. Emergency coordinator. Each site should have an emergency coordinator responsible for coordinating the events in an emergency. Emergency contacts. Emergency contact numbers for internal emergency contacts. External emergency contacts such as police, fire brigade, ambulance, etc. should be posted at each telephone. Training. Employees who have been nominated or elected to the position of fire warden will receive appropriate training. All staff should be provided with emergency evacuation procedures as part of their site induction. Review. All emergency contact lists, fire warden lists and first aider lists must be reviewed biannually and updated and reposted as required. Emergencies must be appropriately and adequately planned and prepared for to ensure an urgent, significant and coordinated response. Apart from employees in the workplace, large numbers of people and crowds may also have to be considered in an emergency. The manager is required to develop, implement, monitor and provide training in the emergency response manual for the site. Effective emergency planning should include contingency plans for all emergencies. Emergency planning aims to reduce the level of risk to lives, property and the environment, monitor any risks in order to minimise the potential impact of an emergency, review emergency plans in consultation with client requirements, emergency service specialists and in line with legal requirements, control any incident and reduce its impact on the workplace, and provide the basis for training of all personnel who could be involved in any emergency in the workplace. For our second activity, let's pause the video and discuss some of the emergency procedures we have in place at this site. Possible answers could include emergency planning, emergency response team, training, fire prevention and maintenance, storage of flammable and explosive material, emergency alarm, firefighting, rescue drills and instruction, bushfire explosion template, chemical gas leak template, medical emergency template, bomb threat template, inclement weather template, and allergen management. It is critical that any emergency plans developed for the site are completed in consultation with the client and/or other site occupants' emergency plans where applicable to ensure a coordinated response to the emergency situation. The emergency site plan should be reviewed periodically, a minimum of once per year. Who is responsible for following the emergency plan on this site? The answer is, we all are. Please take some time to run through your site emergency procedures. Are there any improvements that can be made in the light of recent emergencies? Areas that should be considered include planning, procedures, training, drills, and equipment. It is essential we establish and test emergency plans and procedures to ensure everyone knows what to do so that an adequate and coordinated response occurs during an actual emergency. It is important we use the new skills and knowledge we have gained here to improve our performance. Please discuss any suggestions to improve emergency response procedures at your site with your manager. Managers, once reviewed, please record your actions on your Planning for Improvement form. If you have any further questions regarding emergency response, please don't hesitate to discuss this with your co-workers or your manager. Have a safe day and thank you for your time and attention.